don't treat you right. I know you know this, right?
Welcome back to On the Verge. I'm your host, Leilani, and today's special guest is Taylor Watkins. Hi! So today we're here to talk about your music, but let's just talk about your love for music. So where did that come from?
My dad was a pastor, so I grew up in the church, and I was around music a lot. So growing up, that's what I was usually doing, was being there. And then I got my first guitar at 13, and I started playing guitar, and then I played piano when I was younger as well, and violin. So I would definitely say like piano and guitar are my two instruments that I love.
Yeah. So do you use those instruments as you're, writing your own music?
Definitely. I like to start off on my guitar a lot, like just to play with different melodies and just write some stuff down and then go to the studio. So that's what I like to do.
Yeah. Would you say that has kind of helped you create your sound?
Yeah, definitely. Especially with who I listen to as well. Just kind of like getting like the vibe and writing and like what I'm going for. It's helped a lot to like play an instrument first.
Yeah. So did you sing in church?
I did. I used to lead worship, and then I did like we had like different contests, and we had like a trip where I went and I did like a talent show, which was really cool. That was in front of 3,000 people, and then I did just like school talent shows as well. So,
that's cool.
Yeah.
So do you feel like that kind of prepared you for, what is coming?
Yeah, I was so young and so like nervous, and I didn't really know who I was, but it was kind of cool to just be like, I love singing, and that was like my passion, and now I'm like, I really want to make it a career. So yeah.
So yeah, when did you decide to take that seriously? When did you make that step to really make this your career?
It was actually in 2017. In the beginning, it was like January, and one of my friends, he was producing, and I was like, you know what, I just want to take it so much more seriously, because I was doing stuff on SoundCloud, but I just wanted to record in a professional environment and just kind of like get that experience. And so I asked to be on someone's song as a feature, and that was where I went to Chicago, and he actually picked the studio and had been working with this engineer. And me and the engineer began talking after, just like about me coming back to record, because he thought I sounded really good. And then they actually started a label, and then I actually got signed to that label, and that's when I moved to Chicago. So I quit school and I just packed my car and I moved here. And that actually didn't end up working out, but through the studio I met Dex, my manager.
Yeah.
And so it was like everything just like happened like perfectly, which is so cool.
So not exactly how you expected, but
No.
it still all worked out.
Yeah, but I got that experience being there, like learning from different sessions, learning how to engineer, learning how to record, things that like I didn't know at all, or like knew how it worked. So it was really cool to just get that like time, kind of like an internship.
Yeah. So are you, since you learned more about, all aspects of the process, would that you say you're more involved in every part of your process?
Oh yeah, like I know how to use like different words and like reverb, and they're like, oh wow, and like yeah, I know all these words now, which is so cool. But no, I respect it too. Like I like knowing what every part does, so that I'm like, okay, I'm going to make it sound better. But I also like to leave it up to them, because that's their job. But I like knowing like how it all works. So yeah.
So yeah, I noticed that you are on a couple of features besides your own music, your own songs. How did you pick which songs you wanted to be a feature on?
Those were actually my really good friends.
Oh, okay.
So I like knew them, and they were like, just be on it. I was like, okay, cool. So it was kind of like that, but I haven't done any features. I would love to do features with like bigger artists that I like, because I feel like that'd be so cool. So, but yeah, they're really dope and they're really good, and so I just
supporting
little
artists.
Yeah, because they've been working hard. So yeah.
That's good. I was listening to Go Low, which is a song that I know you dropped in 2019.
Yeah.
So tell me about like the process of that song and how you wrote it and put it all together.
Yeah, so the producer that made the beat, he actually worked with me at the previous label that I was at. So he flew here, and we went to a studio for like 4 days, and we just like sat there for like literally all day. And he's just like super dope, and that's like, we just vibed really well. And so he had this like drop, like it was just like the chorus part, and I was like, that sounds so cool, because I love the Chainsmokers. So I thought it'd be like a really cool, dope like first single. So I just came up with different melodies, and it just flowed really well after that. Like I didn't think about what I was writing, like you may think like, oh, what am I gonna write about? I just kind of went with the flow, and then it all came together, which was really cool. And then Radio Disney picked it up, and then I got on there for like 60 spins a week, and So it's been really awesome.
So yeah, how was that, hearing your song on the radio for the first time, and yeah, where were you? What did that look and feel like?
It was so weird. I was with my sister and we were in the car and my manager texted me and he was like, oh my God, you're gonna be on the radio. And then it said they were like, and Go Low is something so relatable. It's Taylor Watkins. And I was like, what? It was so weird. I was like, this is on the radio. That's so cool.
And they said your name and everything?
Everything. They gave like an introduction of the song, which is so weird, like so cool. Like I just feel like really like blessed. It's so weird, because it's just, that's what I've always wanted to do. So,
I'm sure that was exciting.
Yeah.
So between Go Low and Screams, I noticed that your songs have been very personal. So do you find that hard to do, or does that just come naturally?
I feel like being vulnerable is something that I've had to work on instead of just writing lyrics, because you can just write a song and people can be like, okay, cool, she feels that way. But when you really like go back and like, after like go back in your past and like open those wounds again, it's really hard to do, and like write and make sure each like line like connects to the next line and it just like flows. And when you listen back to a song that you love and that hits you, it's just like they said how you feel, but they said it in a way where it's like they just open their wound back up, and that's something you just have to be vulnerable. But I love being open because I love connecting with people, and I think that's the best part of it, is just like relating with other people and just helping people. And I don't want to just like write a song. So yeah.
So do these all come from personal experiences?
Oh yeah, definitely. I love like going back and being able to like relate and talk about my past, and I not feel so alone. Because like back then I felt so alone, but now I can talk about it, and it's just a platform where it's like, oh my gosh, that's my song. I felt this way, and it's so cool that people relate to that. It's like a freeing feeling. So yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
So, what is your writing process like? I know we talked a little bit about how it just flows. I know it's probably different every time. So, where do you gather that inspiration from?
I used to just like feed off the producer, but now with quarantine, like being alone, I actually I'll write sometimes, or I'll get like spurts of like something that I like think will sound cool, or something that I feel, and I'll write it down in like little bits. And then I'll go back and kind of like piece them together, which is weird, especially like late at night, or like when I'm about to go to sleep, I'll like have a melody, so I'll like voice record it or something like that. So that's what I've been doing a lot lately too. So just ideas that I can send to the producer. So it's kind of like backwards now because of quarantine, since I've had to be like by myself. So yeah.
Do you work with the same producer, or do you?
I work with a lot of people actually. I've been trying to like just branch out and not be super comfortable. I think just like not being comfortable and staying in the same place. I love everyone I've worked with. I just like want to be able to experience working with different people. So I've worked with a lot. Yeah.
So what was your process like with your song Scream? I know that was more recent. That was this year. What was your process like with that?
I heard the guitar. It was like a guitar loop, and so I started just singing to myself. And I was like, wow, that sounds really cool. And it was actually the only song that flowed, I felt like, from like my heart, because it was about a really deep, dark situation that I ended up speaking about. And so it was just something that was so special to me. I was like, I don't care if no one likes this. This means something to me, and it makes me so happy that I'm able to share it. So it just flowed again really well, and that's, I think, the best of songs is just something that comes from the heart. So I just heard it from him, and then I just went on the mic and just sang. It's nice to like not think and just maybe sing and see what comes out. So
how do you intend to make your listeners feel? Do you go in wanting them to have a specific feeling, or?
Yeah, I kind of. I mean, when I sing, I want it to be raw. So like I like going in there and just singing and not really thinking about it and just see what comes out, and that's kind of like the best, I feel like, performance-wise, instead of just being like, okay, this should sound like this for this line, this should sound like this for this line. I like to just be raw and real, and then however they take it, So, but yeah, I mean, I want them to relate. So yeah.
It's up to them how they
exactly interpret it, whatever. Yeah.
So I really like your visuals, and your music video for Scream was really, really deep.
Yeah.
And also your cover too. It was very simple but really detailed. So do you creatively direct all your,
I don't.
visuals?
I leave it to them.
Okay.
So I'm just like, hey, just whatever you think, whatever. And that's what I like, is like, I don't like telling people what to do. I'm just like, you're also a creative person, so just take it in the way that you think, and then I'll just like hey, what about this? And then I just kind of go back and forth. But the video was totally up to Alex. He's awesome. He's a videographer here, and he just was like, okay, this is like the visuals I see for this, and I was like, okay, that's awesome. And then we just kind of go back and forth. But I think it turned out really well. He's really good at it. So
Yeah, it all looks really good.
yeah.
So how do you make sure, even with collaborating, that everything kind of aligns with your image and your style?
Yeah.
How you like things?
It's weird because we're still figuring out like my style,
Yeah.
I guess, because it's just like, it's weird because I just feel like, I'm just like, yeah, I'm me. I feel like I'm very, not like basic, but I'm very like natural. I don't try hard at all.
Yeah.
Like I'm not good at makeup, I'm like not, but I feel like I just want to be relatable as like a real person. So like day to day, I would say. So whatever that looks like. But I use kind of, I'm a little bit unique in my own way, so I kind of add that to the mix. So yeah.
But still working on the
Still working on
overall
it.
image.
We want to dye my hair. We were
Yeah.
thinking about that. So platinum, and then we were thinking, I always loved like, I kind of want to add some color. So like pastel in the front.
Okay, yeah.
So something cool, something like I can express myself not only in my songs but on myself too.
Yeah.
So I can change that up too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My sister does that, and she just keeps on changing.
Yeah, the front
color.
pieces.
Yeah.
That was like,
It's like one strip.
yeah, I thought that would be so cool because you can always change it out, especially on blonde hair if it's
Yeah.
temporary. So
So what color are you thinking first?
purple.
Okay.
I was thinking purple or pink, one of those two, but like a pastel. I
Yeah.
think purple would look really cool.
Yeah.
But
Is that a favorite color, or is that just?
I
you
love
think it would look
pink.
cool?
I like pink. Pink's
Okay.
my favorite.
Yeah.
I love it. I don't know. I just love the color pink. Yeah.
So what's your favorite part about being an artist?
I feel like just the opportunities that I get. Like I love people and I have a big heart for people. So just meeting people, being and just like I didn't ever think this was gonna actually happen. Like I believed in myself, but it's been a long journey. So it's really cool to see things come to pass, like hearing your song on the radio or being in a room with people who've been really, really successful and having that opportunity and just like going from the bottom to the top. It's just really cool. So I think my favorite part about being an artist is just being around those type of people, that support you and having a great team. It's just like you make like your best friends and you make your family, and it's just like, yeah, I like that. So and I like singing too. I just love the studio time and just growing as an artist is really cool, and just the whole process I think is, I'm not where I want to be yet, like ultimate, but the process is like my favorite part. Yeah.
The growing of it in every aspect.
Because you can never go back, and be like, I appreciate everything right now while it's happening. So, yeah, it's my favorite.
That's good, because it all happens fast.
Yeah, right.
So, do you see yourself experimenting with other genres?
Yes.
Music? What other genres?
I love R&B. Being in Chicago, I've been around it a lot,
Yeah.
like a lot more. Because I was never really around it in Iowa, obviously, because it's such a small town, and I didn't really know a lot about it. But being around like a lot of different rappers and R&B singers, I love R&B and just like the sound of it. I feel like it's really cool. Like I love LMI and her, and how they incorporate pop like acoustics with their soft vocals, but it's also R&B, and it's like super awesome and chill. And I love indie too. Like I've been experimenting like different types of indie music. So yeah, I feel like everything's also emerging nowadays with country and everything. So it's like it could be anything at this point, So yeah.
That's exciting. Something to look forward to seeing in the future.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
So if you could collaborate with any artist, who would that be?
Post Malone.
Yeah.
I love him. He's my favorite artist. In like 2014 when he made White Iverson. Something about him. He's just so cool, and he just seems like a chill person, and I would like want to be friends with him. But also, I feel like we would sound dope on a record together. So that's someone that I would want to like work with, as well as like Billie Eilish. I love her too. She's really dope. So yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like you could do a lot with both of those artists.
Yeah, I feel like I have like a softer voice, so I feel like it kind of sound cool. I don't know. But,
Contrast.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, contrast.
So what are you working on right now? Is there anything that you can kind of tell us?
Yeah, I mean, I'm in the studio right now. I'm recording some more music. Also, I recorded last year. I have another song that's coming out called Got You. And it's like a super freeing, fun summer song. I'm so excited to release. So we're working on doing a video for that and hopefully releasing it this summer.
Oh, nice.
So, yeah.
Yes, that's fun.
Yeah.
Everyone loves a good summer song
Yeah, it's just
on the
really
way to the beach.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I just see myself singing it in the cars, which is really
Yeah.
cool. That's why I wanted to share it. So, yeah, it's just we're working on more music and hopefully getting like an EP together too. So,
That's exciting.
yeah.
Yes. So, do you want to let everyone know where they can follow you and find out your music?
Yes, you can follow me on Instagram at Taylor Watkins Music. You can follow me on my Facebook artist page, I am Taylor Watkins, or my Twitter, Taylor Watkins as well, and Spotify, Apple Music too.
So you can follow me at Leilani Yasmin _ and you can follow us at On the Verge .0. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you guys next week.